here are 5 things that I would really like them to put in the game to make it even better. So first of all, recolor also showing in the inventory. And what I mean by that is, just as you can recolor your items in the loot filter, like when you select what kind of items you're looking for, you can select the option to recolor them. And this is great. This is a fantastic option that I'm using actually 2 times at the same time. I mean, I have 2 different recolors. The only problem with this feature is that once you pick up the item, you don't know which item in your inventory it was anymore. Like you basically have to look at all the stats to find it again. And or the other option is to drop everything on the floor, and then you will see the recolor. But my idea here is that, and wish, would be that you would see the recolor in the inventory as well. Let's say like a little outline around the whole description of the item could be in the same color that you recolored. Maybe a little icon with magnifying lens, you know, like the search logo. If there was like a little icon in the corner of that item, just a little one with the color that you selected, you'll be like, oh, this is from my search, this is from my filter. And even better than this, like this is the first stage of this, so that you know also when the stuff is in your inventory, you know which one was recolored. Also, if when you're searching and when you have this recolor thing on, option turned on, also like the individual affixes should be colored in the same color as well. So it would be much easier when you're just glancing through with your cursor. You would see, oh, this item has 2 recolors of what I need. Oh, this item has 3. This one has only 1. It would be way easier, way faster for you to go through the items. And it is one of the, like, I don't want to say problems, but there is a lot of items. And you have to have your loot filter on at all times. And you have to have it very strictly set up. So you only get, especially in the end game, towards the end game, you only want to get the stuff that you need. But even then, still a lot of stuff drops. So you want this recolor thing to help you until the end. Because if the recolor only works when it's on the ground, it's not really helping that much. Because yeah, it's helping you pick it up, but then in the town you still spend like, you know, an extra time looking for that item in your inventory. So I wish the recolor could like be improved, or like, you know, it could have more layers where you can select, please recolor, also like make a logo, make an outline, and show me the affixes in the, when I'm searching for a name of an affix. Okay, so moving on to the next one. The next one is it's about forging and crafting, actually, and it would be to remove the forging potential RNG from the game entirely, because I think that the crafting is great in this game, but I think there's still too much RNG involved, meaning especially in the sense that you have double RNG, and RNG is fine, but when there's multiple layers of RNG on top of each other, that's when it becomes messy. And what you want here is basically, there's 2 options. Either just remove the forging potential completely, so you can craft an item and craft it over and over again. You can remove until you run out of shards, which, you know, you will eventually run out of them, and you can still only go to T5 anyway. So It's not like you're going to make an item that's like T15 or something like that. You know, you still have that limit, but let me T5 at least everything, and let me select which affixes I have on the item. Let me play with that without the RNG part of that, which comes to my next point, my third one. The rune of removal should be selective. You select which affixes you don't want, and you can remove that one, right? But it should be not RNG, because that also, like, so many times it happens to me. Like, the thing is, there's already not so many items dropping to begin with. Like, I've been playing for the last 3 days and I haven't had anything drop. At this level, I'm like level 89. Stuff should still be dropping and it's not dropping. I'm getting all these items for all the other classes except mine. Okay? So let me build those items. If they're not dropping, let me at least have the freedom, and not the RNG, but the freedom to do whatever the fuck I want with those items. Like, I can build them whichever way I want. Let me do that. Remove the RNG from the crafting. That's it. It's not gonna be OP. It's just people are gonna be able to build what they want, right? Give me that option. This is like one of the only things that's kind of like they removed a lot of like bullshit from the older games, which just, you know, they were clunky, but they weren't clunky at the time they were released, but that was 25 years ago, okay? So they removed all of the clunkiness from those games in this one, but there's some little things that stayed, like this RNG bullshit. There's the thing is that there's already RNG. The whole game is RNG in terms of drops. Okay? So that's already RNG. Don't put other RNG on top of that. The more RNG layers you put on top of your initial RNG layer, it's just messing it up. It's just making the game less fun, because I have no control over what I'm getting, or like, I have no control over what I'm getting anyway, but at least give me full control of how I can craft those items and what can I do with them. Okay, fourth point is auto pickup items. Please add an option to auto pickup items after a delay. Let's say you could set up the delay. You could set no delay. You could set that you don't even see the items, it just auto picks them up. Or you can set a delay like 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. So you kill an enemy, the items drops, you see them, but after a second or two, they disappear because they go into your inventory. So that you see from what it dropped, you could see during the action, but you don't have to manually pick them up. And the reason for this is basically it's very clunky in this game to pick up the items somehow. Like, the game feels very snappy and everything, except for picking up the items. When I have to click on a text to pick it up, it's somehow like the game just like stops, slows down. He doesn't pick it up. You have to click exactly on the font of the thing. It's just like, it's not streamlined. It's something that always stops the engagement with the fight and with the gameplay. This picking up of items, like, come on, man. Like, what is this? I don't want to click on that shit that's on the ground. Let the followers that I have, they're so cool looking and cute, why can't they pick them up like in Diablo, right? Like, that's like the most basic mechanic that should be in the game, especially in a game that's like trying to make all of these things easier and removing all of this bloat and clunkiness from the previous games. So definitely a auto pickup item option in the loot filter would be amazing, and it would really like speed up the game and make it way more easier for you to just enjoy the gameplay, because you already have to take care of the items when you're in town. Let me not take care of the items when I'm fighting. Let me just fight and not care about like what's dropping, what's not dropping. Just let me fight. Let me focus on the fight, and the items will get picked up automatically. So, and last point that I wanted to mention is please add a transfer all button to the inventory of your character. And basically what I mean by that is when you're playing with your stash and you're organizing your stash, you sometimes need to move a lot of items, like let's say idols, from one tab to the other. And to do that, it's easier to move them in your inventory and then from the inventory back into the stash tab, right? But this can be very clunky and time consuming when we're talking about the small idols, right? When there's like just those little squares that only take up one block. It can be very time consuming to actually switch up a whole tab like that. So add a transfer all button, which you only click and all of the items from one side transfer to the other. And you can use that very to your advantage, basically, in organizing your inventory and your stash. So yeah, those are 5 things that I would really love to see added to the game. And yeah, let me know your thoughts, and let me know also if you have other ideas that could be put like in the game to make it better. And hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.